Please be seated. The 102nd Convention of the American Legion Department of Iowa will come to order. Please rise. Please join me in a salute to the flag of our country. Salute. 2. Please uncover while Department Chaplain James Fitzroy offers the invocation.
Shall we pray? Father God, we're grateful and thankful again that you brought us to this place. We pray, Master God, that everything we do will be done to glorify you. We thank you for those that are here and those that are on the way. Cover us now with the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Do it for your glory. In Christ Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Cover. I declare the 102nd Convention of the American Legion Department of Iowa reconvened. I call upon Department Vice Commander Bob Wall to assume the chair as I leave to address the Sons of the American Legion Detachment Convention. So I just read it. Okay. So you start.
Thank you, Commander. It is my pleasure to introduce Dave Rabine, President of the American Legion of Iowa Foundation, for the presentation of Foundation Grant Awards.
Thank you, sir. My privilege every year at this convention to introduce to you some of the folks that are out there doing the work that the foundation supports. We don't invite all of our grant recipients to come here because frankly, for some of them that have to come a long way, it costs them money. Money that would be better spent on the programs that they do. And so we invite a few of them that are close by to come receive their grant and tell you a little bit about the work that they do that the foundation is helping support. And I would like to begin with a longtime friend of the Iowa American Legion Foundation, a program that has supported a large number of the citizens of Iowa that need help in special ways. And so it is my privilege to introduce to you Charlie Becker from Camp Courageous. Charlie has received a number of grants. Yes, please.
Thank you, first of all, for being invited here. Camp Courageous is a year-round recreational facility for people with special needs. I was quite fortunate back decades ago to have the privilege of being a close friend with Don Johnson, also with Church Williams, who started the foundation, and Church said, you need to apply for this grant, and we did. And so back during that time, camp was serving a few hundred campers. Now we're serving close to 10,000 campers. We were on 40 acres, now we're on 300 acres. And so the camp has grown by leaps and bounds. We put in a new zip line that the American Legion helps support. So we challenge each one of you to come and try out the zip line. It zips you up a hill. You're over 110 feet in the air, and then it zips you down. And so you come over and you say American Legion, you'll get a free ride anytime. So thanks for your decades of support. We appreciate it.
Thank you. For that project, the foundation is very pleased to award Camp Courageous a check for $2,500 to help get that zip line constructed and in operation. Charlie?
Thank you.
Thank you. There is a project here in central Iowa that helps veterans that have legal problems. Not criminal legal problems, but all of the other kinds of problems that pop up in our lives at times. And so it is my privilege to bring to the microphone this morning from Legal Aid here in Central Iowa, Kathy Reynolds, to talk to you a little bit about the work that they're doing and receive an award from us.
Good morning, everybody. Very happy to be here. I want to thank all of our veterans and their families for their years of service. Iowa Legal Aid is a nonprofit organization that provides help to low-income people. And for our veterans, we have a housing stabilization project that we think is very important, especially during these days when we're, facing COVID problems. People have been out of work. They haven't been able to pay their mortgages. They haven't been able to pay their rental payments. And so what we do is help them take care of that. We represent them in court, and we help them, with other resources that are available to help them. So we're just very grateful for the money to help us provide legal services. It's an important service. If you've ever needed an attorney, you can understand, what pressure that is. And so we help take that pressure off of our veterans. We're very happy to receive this award. Thank you very much.
And I have in my hand a check for $1,000 to help them in their work to help support some of our veterans that need their assistance.
Yes.
Kathy,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
And then the group of veterans that we care so much about, and that's the homeless vets. We have a couple of folks here from the Des Moines Homeless Veterans Stand Down to receive a grant from the foundation, Paulette Anderson and Nick Limo. If they would come forward and tell us a little bit about the Stand Down, and we'll make the presentation.
Good morning. My name is Paulette Anderson, which he told you, and I am co-chairman of the...
We want to hear you.
Most people don't. Anyway, I am co-chairman of the Veterans Stand Down. I was asked at the table this morning how long that I had been associated with it, and I figured out it's been 27 years, and I told them I started when I was 5. So anyway, I firmly believe in the program, and thank you so much, American Legion, for your help. We appreciate it. I'll let Nick talk next. He's our publicity person. I'm not.
Just briefly, and again, thanks to all of you for your support. This has been going on a lot of years. As Paula just said, it's a 3-day event. We start on Friday night. We serve dinner, and then all 3 meals on Saturday, and breakfast and lunch on Sunday. This is the first year in a lot of years that we don't have sleeping tents there because, again, of the COVID. We didn't know if we should or shouldn't. We decided not to. This is the only year that we haven't had sleeping quarters for the men and women. And we served last year a little over 1,000 folks, 496 I think it was for veterans, and the rest for civilians. We don't discriminate. What we do for veterans, they get all the good stuff, as it were. We get the DOT for coats, winter coats, whatever we need. And then we have services there. We have everything from legal sometimes, to social workers, tents, to dentists, haircuts, massages, social workers, veteran service officers. I just retired from Polk County, so I'm a veteran service officer also. Many veterans don't even realize they still get benefits. And we just thank you very much for our support. We'll continue to do this until we don't have any more homeless. Thank you very much.
So to help them with that project, I have in my hand a check made out to the Des Moines Veterans Homeless Stand Down in the amount of $3,000. That's the only 3 grant recipients that we're going to do this morning. You'll see me back up here because we also, in the foundation, support the youth champions that you will be meeting in a few minutes through our youth programs. We set a new goal for the foundation at the board meeting in May. Our goal had been $2 million in the principal that we could draw the interest off of for these grants. We have achieved that goal. We're past it. Our financial advisors and your generosity have been excellent. And so we're not going to let you rest. We set a new goal. We're now looking towards $3 million in that principal. If we can achieve, when we can achieve that, then our total grant amount will get up to $150,000. And we always have more requests than we have money to fulfill. So please be generous, help us meet that goal, but you just met some of the people that you're really helping with your donations to the foundation. Thank you, Commander.
Here to give the annual report on American Legion of Iowa Boys State is President Jerry Sieben and Director Dave Schaefer.
Good morning. I'd like to present to Isaac Martin, the American Legion of Iowa 2021 Boys State Governor.
Yeah, so once again, my name is Isaac Martin. I was the governor of 2021 American Legion Boys State. That was a absolutely fantastic experience. When I was first nominated for Boys State back in the spring, it was an unknown to me. I had no idea what it was. I thought it was going to be civics classes for a week. I love government and I love civics, so I thought I'm all in. But I never could have imagined what it was going to be like and how awesome it was going to be. For those of you who don't know, Boys State is essentially a mock government. We are allowed to run for different offices, different positions. I chose to run for governor. I thought no one would vote for me, but I thought I might as well go for it. And I somehow ended up winning. Fortunately, there are people out there crazy enough to vote for me. So, but yeah, Boys State was just fantastic. I absolutely loved the campaigning, going out, meeting people, shaking hands, talking about what I wanted to accomplish. The voting process was, of course, very stressful. I was always the first one up there to vote because I just had to make sure that I got at least one vote when I was in the primary elections or the general elections. I know I always sat right by the guys who were holding the iPads. And I would always just sit there in a chair all alone with my hands in my face waiting for the votes to be counted up. And fortunately, both times I was awarded the winner. But no, Boys State allowed me to get the opportunity to find out what running a government's really like. Now, as I found out as governor, there are some really nice perks, but there are also some pretty big downsides. One of the perks was I didn't actually have to do very much. What I would do is I would tell my executive council what I wanted to get done, and then they would do it for me, no questions asked. So that was pretty sweet. What was not so good was the pressure that came with it, especially when people didn't like the things I was doing. I remember after my first executive council meeting on Wednesday morning of Boys State, I came back to my barracks to find out that the people in my city thought it would be a good idea to annex another barrack from another city. And that almost caused a civil war at Boys State. I remember I was walking to lunch that day, and there was a guy from Moline City, who was the city we annexed the barrack from, and he said, "Governor." I said, "Yeah." "You from Etzel City?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, just you wait." So, yeah, so that was my first political headache, and then the next one came on Thursday morning, where the state legislature had transported a bill to my desk that was extremely popular among, of course, teenage boys. It was going to be a very popular bill. I don't remember how much it passed by in the House, but it passed by a margin of 19-1 in the Senate. I'm not going to discuss what the bill entailed up here, as I'm not sure how the Legionnaires would appreciate me degrading their stage like that. But I decided in our Wednesday or Thursday morning executive council session that I was going to pocket veto the bill, just leave it on my desk. Well, unfortunately, word of that got out, and then the legislature said they were not going to pass any of my legislation if I didn't pass theirs. But what I decided to end up doing was I decided that it was in the best interest of me and the executive council and all of Boys State to not take action on the bill because it would take away the honor and the integrity of not only the executive council but all of Boys State. Now, if you wish to learn what the bill entailed, I will happily speak to you about that after the convention is over. But even though I built my campaign off of things like deception and my use of medical marijuana to treat my back issues, I did learn some very important skills such as meeting people, building relationships, public speaking, and defending the honor and integrity of the office of governor. And I just want to give a big thank you to the American Legion for providing not only the opportunity to go to Boys State and host Boys State, but also for all Legionnaires out here who have served in the military, who make it possible for everyone here to be living in a free society today. So once again, thank you to all of you who have served, and thank you to the American Legion for providing the opportunity for Boys State and for me to be here today. Thank you.
Isaac was introduced to you as the governor of Boys State. But in the foundation, we have two premier awards. One goes to Boys State, one goes to Girls State. That's the two outstanding citizens. Standing in front of you is not only the governor of Boys State, but the outstanding citizen of Boys State. With that goes a $5,000 scholarship. You don't get a check today. You will get information in the mail on how to apply for that scholarship when the time comes. But I want to say something else about Isaac, because I was there the night he campaigned, the night he was elected. Because he said something in his campaign speech that stuck with me, and it's another title that Isaac's going to qualify for pretty soon. That's when he said he had joined the National Guard. And so when the time comes that Isaac can finish his training, we can add the title American Legionnaire after his name and welcome him.
Doesn't take very long when you start realizing what a premier program American Legion Auxiliary Girls State and Boys State is. Give it up for these young people. that, it's my honor to introduce our Boys State Director, Dave Schaefer.
I'm fortunate and privileged to get to work with those kind of boys every summer at Boys State. And somebody asked me this morning, put it in 3 words, what was Boys State like this summer? And I didn't have to think very long and realize really good. I know that's only 2, but. I want to take my hats off to those Boys State chairs selecting your delegates this year. It was one of the best Boys States we've ever had. Some of the best men, some of the most motivated boys. They wanted to be there. They wanted to get stuff done. They wanted to learn. And it was a privilege to work with those kids. And again, thank you for selecting such good boys. It makes my job and the counselor's job so much easier. I'll get to the real numbers now. We started out with 185 registered boys. Because of limitations that Camp Dodge put into place, we weren't able to try and recruit any more. As a matter of fact, it looked like we were going to have to cut back if possible. Fortunately, that never happened, but we did only end up with 166 boys. And we had 45 counselors, and those dedicated counselors had to cover several jobs this summer because we were short counselors. So I'm up here to recruit counselors, come on down to Boys State. It's fun to work with those kids. We also tried different things this summer because of the fact we had a smaller group. And Isaac mentioned something about sitting next to the iPads. We have a primary election for state offices and a general election for state offices, and we used iPads this summer to vote for them. So it was immediate. We knew who had won the primary minutes after the final vote. We knew who won the general election minutes after the vote. So that was kind of an interesting and slick way for those kids to find out immediately if they needed to run for another office at county or city level. This also eliminated what we normally have in appointed positions. We normally have a whole lot of kids, in the past we've said after the election we have 50% unemployment. And so this year we didn't have to worry about that because everybody for the most part had an elected job. So that was all a change that I think worked very well. The Guard for the most part was very accommodating for our needs, which in some cases is unusual from year to year, but this year it worked out well. And there was a scholarship I want to mention this year. We had a longtime counselor, Dan Newton, who passed away this past year and left a sizable amount of money for a scholarship. And we have lots of scholarships, but this one's kind of near and dear to the counselor's heart because it's given to a counselor. And so I just want to know, he won't be here today, but Blake Thornton got that scholarship, and I just want to mention his name. So all in all, it was a very good Boys State, and for the first time in a long time, we had hot breakfast. So that takes care of pretty much my duties. I have one more to fulfill, and that is to introduce the Girl State Director, Mary Anderson.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to be with you again after missing Midwinter this year and our convention last year. It is truly wonderful. I've said this summer is a summer of being with my people again, and so it's really, really a pleasure to be here again at this convention. And pardon me if you heard some of this at our virtual inauguration, but I do feel that some of it bears repeating. Our American Legion Auxiliary Girls State this year, our 75th session was a week like no other. It was a vast and bold understatement for me to say that too. To give you a little bit of the background, which I know some of you know, we all lived obviously through some unprecedented times. We had to come to a decision that we did not want to make to cancel last year's session, but it was a necessary decision. And that was a decision that was made for the first time in our program's history. And then late this winter, we had to make another unprecedented decision and to hold our session virtually due to the site where we ordinarily hold our session. We weren't sure exactly how to deliver our platform. We weren't sure how that was going to be received. Some of us doing online teaching knew that it could be achieved, and we knew how young people can burst through a screen and how their personalities can come alive, but we hadn't necessarily run a conference that way. And we had an idea in our head how that could happen, but we hadn't, like I said, hadn't really done it in real life, per se. And when we deliver Iowa American Legion Auxiliary Girls State in a physical space, there's always somebody on staff who's been there longer than you have. There's always somebody who's done it at least one more time than you have. But none of us had ever done Girls State virtually. So it was a truly new experience. And a lot of the things that we did were a true leap of faith. But one thing that wasn't a leap of faith was the amount of love that we have for the program. And at the end of the day, at the end of that first day, there was just a lot of joy because we'd seen the girls, we'd seen them connect, and we were just so happy with what had happened. And the same thing with when we got the election results on Thursday. Our two party advisors experienced technical difficulties. Wait, I wish the girls were laughing because I didn't even know they were going to do this, and I was all, I was the same way. I was just about crying because I'm like, just tell us who won, and I didn't even have anything invested in the results, but we heard from some amazing alumni panelists through the week who we maybe couldn't have heard from if we'd been, had a physical Girls State, because we got them from all across the country, military personnel who met with us on their lunch break. It was just great and related to us how Girls State had impacted their lives and inspired us with their words and stories. And we had a lot of fun firsts. We had a pet parade. We had campaigning on a Padlet and in the chat. We had lots of debate and discussion about our favorite ice cream flavors, and the longest game ever of Deserted Island. And I got to know pretty much every single girl on a more personal basis this way through the chat, and just some, the 5 minutes before each virtual meeting began. So it was really fun. And I have today two of our citizens to speak with you. Our Girls State Governor, Lexi Duffy of Milford, and our outstanding citizen, Mackenzie Schramm of Akron. I'm not sure who's going to speak to you first, but they are just truly wonderful individuals, and their personalities just shone through the screen, and it is such a pleasure to meet them in person, and I know you will truly enjoy them. So I bring to you, who's first? Mackenzie Schramm of Akron.
I'm Mackenzie Schramm from Post 186 in Akron, Iowa, with my family here, Ty, Tamara, and outside of the room are my siblings, Caden, Tegan, and Tinley. Thank you so much for the honor of serving as this year's Outstanding Citizen. It's an honor to be serving with so many other amazing girls who inspire me to reach further using my talents in service to others. I'm excited to meet my new friends today, Lexi, because as Mary mentioned, we had a virtual format this year, which was a little different due to COVID. In life, I think that the attitude and lens under which we look at a situation often determines the outcome. And I'm proud to say that the girls at Girls State really took full advantage of our virtual format by leveraging social media positively to network, having deeper discussions in chat rooms, and by maximizing the use of technology to efficiently present materials. During our time together, we quickly grew and learned how to serve our communities. I greatly appreciate this scholarship as I plan to go to the University of South Dakota, majoring in biology on the pre-med track to ultimately serve as a military doctor. As our time at Girls State grew to a close, we had a candlelit service. It reminded me that we have all been called to serve as a light unto the world, using our good deeds in service to others. I'm proud to be a part of the Girls State, joining so many other amazing women as we light up the world. I'm so honored to work with these amazing women, and thank you so much for supporting us all and each one of us as we work to make a difference.
Get this adjusted. I'm just a little bit taller than Mackenzie. Not a good thing. All right. Then with that, hello to all of you. My name is Lexi Duffy, and I'm currently acting as the presiding governor of the state of Hawkeye. I come to you from the city of Hanson, in the state of Hawkeye, but usually from the city of Okoboji, along with my father, Chad Duffy. Prior to this day, and prior to Girls State, I had very little experience with the American Legion and the American Legion Auxiliary. But I come leaving with a family. I truly did not know what to expect going in. But Girls State, however cliche, was truly a life-changing experience. While Isaac, the other governor, may have had experience being annexed and almost kidnapped, we were in the virtual realm, so I unfortunately do not have tales to tell you of that today. But I can tell you of the grit and determination of the girls that I met in the virtual realm. I ran for a multitude of positions, won some, lost some, but through some campaigning that consisted of talking to girls via Zoom DM, reaching out and asking for social media, simply having conversations, I was able to work my way up to governor today, and I was also fortunate enough to be selected as a representative from Iowa to go to Girls Nation in Washington, D.C. later this July. So I'm ecstatic. Thank you for that. And with that, truly, this has allotted me such a easy transition into kind of future careers. Again, I'm fortunate enough to be receiving a scholarship at your hands today, which I intend to apply to a career in either law, politics, or somewhere in the government. And I can truly say that my experience in the American Legion Auxiliary Girls State has only furthered my passion in that area. I truly was able to learn about legislative functions, about city, state, and even a little bit of federal government. And there truly is nothing that would be able to replace that experience. So again, the one word that I come to you with today is grateful. I'm grateful to have had this opportunity. I'm grateful for the friendships that I've made. I'm grateful for the city advisors, the counselors, and the administrators that made this possible. Simply, I'm grateful for all of you. So thank you.
So Mackenzie, similar to Isaac, there is a $5,000 scholarship waiting for you as outstanding citizen of Iowa, American Legion Auxiliary Girls State. Lexi will receive a scholarship also as governor and Girls Nation senator. Beginning with Lexi's scholarship, the foundation matches what the departments have put forward. That way we can leverage the department's money, your dues money, to make it go farther and make those awards bigger. So congratulations, ladies. You will receive information in the mail, as will all of the youth champions, for their scholarships in the future.
We will now begin the reports of the standing commissions and committees. Americanism Chairman James Rolfes.
Thank you, Mr. Commander. Would our committee chairs come to the front, and so we don't have to spend much time coming up and down. The American Legion Commission would like to thank all of the committee chairs for their efforts in promoting the programs of the American Legion. Also to the posts that implemented and carried out these programs on the post level. But most of all, for the youth that took their time and talent to enter and earn their rewards. Today, we award these winners and recognize the posts and members that participated in a winning way. Our Educator of the Year could not be here this morning, so plan to be in attendance this afternoon when we present that award. First, I'd like to introduce Rick Williams, Chairman of the Children and Youth, and he will present the winners of the 5th grade flag essay.
Good morning, Legionnaires and guests. Can't think of a better way to start this morning off than having our youth talk about the American flag. The Children and Youth Committee, consisting of Cindy Eslos, Dr. Dan McClure, and Pete Madsen, welcome our winners and their families for this presentation of the 5th grade flag essay. This year it was difficult working around all the safety precautions for COVID and the way schools were holding classes. We commend all the youth in the posts and the schools for their efforts and participation. Now, on behalf of the American Legion Department of Iowa and the Iowa Foundation, it is my privilege to present the winners their awards and ask each of them to read their winning essay. And I will begin with 3rd place winner Luke Vandermark. Luke was from Unionville Legion Post 407 in the 5th District. Luke, please come up. And Luke will read his essay.
Our country's freedom. What does the flag mean to you? To the flag means our freedom for you and me, for you and I today. In this essay, I'll share that when I think of the flag, I think of its colors, our veterans, and our freedom. In my opinion, the flag is very important and it respects America. The colors of our flag shows our freedom and shows our dignity. We started with 13 colonies and then the others wanted to join. So now we have 50 states. Those 50 states, the stars on the flag, the stripes are for the 13 colonies we celebrate, all 50 states on the 4th of July. The flag represents the veterans who fought in our country. A veteran is someone who has fought in our country, in the Air Force, the Navy, the Marines, or the Army. My grandpa and uncle are veterans from the Air Force. When I see the flag, I think of them. In my great-grandma's house, she has his flag that he received at his funeral on the wall. The flag represents the freedoms we have and the choice to vote and the freedom of speech. That means we can share our ideas. If we do not have the right to vote, it would not be fair. The people in charge would get to make all the decisions we would be under control. Therefore, I feel that the flag is a symbol of freedom to me. It reminds me of all the veterans who have fought in our country and what privileges our country has. I feel that the flag is very important and is a part of our history and it should be more respected. Thank you. Today I have my mom, my dad, my sister, my cousin Zola, my Aunt Tasha, and my grandma.
We have a flag for you and we have.
Yeah, Luke won American flag and check for $100. Congratulations. Next is our second place winner, Jenna Grover from Sheldsburg Legion Post 166 in the 3rd District. If she would come up, please.
What the American flag means to me. Whether it is leading in a parade, flying high over my school, or folded neatly into a triangle, to me the flag means freedom, bravery, and respect. I love the flag and the freedoms we get as Americans. When I look at the flag, I remember all the veterans who served in the military. But I especially remember my grandfather and cousin who served in the Navy. I have a great deal of respect for our flag. The flag represents my freedoms, such as I get to go to the church I choose. I get to go to the school that I choose. We say the Pledge of Allegiance at school. Americans have all of these freedoms because of the Declaration of Independence that we fought for from Great Britain. I see a ton of bravery in the United States. There are many helping heroes, especially through the pandemic. Nurses and doctors and military risk their lives so our lives can be better. They train for wars. They help each other and bravely fight for our freedom. I dislike all the news that I have heard about people protesting. I have seen people burning the flag and ripping the flag on TV. I have always believed that you should respect the American flag. If the flag has rips or tears, you should give the flag to the Legion or VFW near you, and they will retire the flag properly. When I see the flag, it reminds me of these freedoms I can enjoy in the United States of America. To me, the flag will always mean freedom, bravery, and respect. The flag is not just any flag, it is the American flag. Thank you. Today, my mother and my father and my twin sister are here, and my grandpa and grandmother are here also with me.
Jenna was awarded the American flag and a check for $150. And our first place winner is Shelby Del Gardella from Jessup Legion Post 342 in the 4th District. Please come up.
My Flag I Say by Shelby Del Gardella. What do you know about the United States of America's flag? When I look at our nation's flag, I see opportunity, history, and freedom. The United States has a lot of opportunities that other places in the world do not. In the U.S., we have the opportunity to choose how we want to live our lives. The United States lets us choose our career and what we do. The decisions we choose are a big part to us, like our jobs, life, and opportunities. The United States flag represents a long history. There have been 27 different versions of the flag over the history of the United States. As our nation grew and expanded, we would upgrade the flag. There are 50 stars and 13 stripes on the flag. The stars stand for the number of states in the U.S., and the stripes represent the original colonies that there used to be. The color red on the flag stands for hardiness and valor, white represents purity and innocence, and blue stands for vigilance. Over the years, the U.S. flag has changed, but every part of the flag represents the United States of America. The U.S. flag stands for freedom. To me, freedom means that everyone is an equal and we can make our own choices. A lot of men and women have sacrificed their lives to give us the freedom we have in the United States. If our soldiers did not fight for our country, we would not have our freedom. We are very lucky to be a free country. Many other places around the world do not share the same freedoms. Opportunities, history, and freedom are what the flag represents to me. I am proud to be part of my country. So, who's with me today is my sister Emma, my sister Thea, my brother Dominic, my twin brothers Reese and Jace, my grandma, my grandpa, my stepdad Andy, my mom, my stepmom Anna, my dad, and I think that's it.
Shelby, you will be receiving this plaque, the American flag, and a check for $250. I think they all did a fine job. Let's give them a big hand.
Now representing our scouting committee, William Greenleaf, Chairman.
And enough about me. I'd like to ask Jake Becker to come up and accept the Eagle Scout of the Year award.
I am exceedingly honored to have received this award of the countless people who were applied for this scholarship. For my Eagle Scout project, I worked with Pat Spain from Polk County Conservation to assemble and install bat houses, and these were heavy-duty bat houses. They were supposed to last a long time and hold up to 150 bats. And I built 15 of them and installed them across 7 parks in the Polk County area. I am very thankful to American Legion and to my family for helping support me in getting my Eagle Scout. And I am going to take my scholarship money and put it towards getting a degree in engineering at Iowa State University. Go State.
And now for American Legion Baseball, Richard Miner, Chairman.
Well, the baseball season this year, we finally got to play. Last year, we had to cancel, so I will not have a player of the year from last year because of the virus. So we will be picking one for the convention next year. I will just mention the Butte County team from Dyersville Post 137 will be advancing to the National Regional Tournament in Hastings, Nebraska in first part of August here. And Wish them the best of luck, and hopefully we can make that little trip down to Shelby, North Carolina for the World Series. I kind of enjoy going down there, so hopefully we can go down. Again, next year we will have a Player of the Year. This year we did not, because we did not have a season last year. So thank you.
Thank you, Richard. COVID's been mentioned many times. We had suffered one bad year, but have you thought of our pets? You know, they say 7 years for every year of ours, so they suffered 7 years. We only had one, so that's too bad. Next would be Frank Williams, Oratorical Chairman.
Good morning, American Legion family and guests. Well, what a challenging year it was for the Oratorical. With careful consideration, the Department of Iowa and the Oratorical Committee decided to move forward with the Oratorical, even though we knew that there would be a lot of challenges to put on these contests. So with that, I can't thank enough all of the volunteers for their hard work, understanding, and flexibility that they put into the Oratorical program. Those qualities, along with the proven toughness and strength of the American Legion family of Iowa, got us through. After the decision was made by the department headquarters to have a hybrid, which is in-person and virtual midwinter conference, the contest finals were open to anyone who wanted to attend, and was live streamed for those who could not attend. We had a great in-person turnout, a very successful department contest as well. Districts 3, 6, and 7 were represented in the department finals. In third place was Nathan Stanish from Eldora, Iowa, sponsored by the American Legion Post 182 of Eldora. Second place was Madeline Becker from Glenwood, Iowa, sponsored by the Harvey T. Rimmel American Legion Post 141 of Glenwood. And our department champion for 2021, Joseph Junker from Van Meter, Iowa, sponsored by the American Legion Post 403. Now, I got to tell you, it was a pleasure to have the contest go on the way it did. And it's more enjoyable to stand here and look at everybody in the audience, because this is not an audience that I'm used to seeing over this past year. But just a few days after our department final, and after a great deal of careful consideration, the Americanism Commission, in consultation with the National Commander Oxford, announced the cancellation of the American Legion National Oratorical Contest in Indianapolis on April 9th through the 11th. And unfortunately, that was the second year that it has canceled. However, youth who were certified by their department as the Oratorical champions were awarded a $5,000 academic scholarship sponsored by the American Legion Child Welfare Foundation and the American Legion. With that, at this time, I'd like to introduce your 2021 Oratorical champion, Joseph Junker.
All right, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. It's a pleasure to be amongst you. And I've been doing the Oratorical contest for 2 years. Last year, I got to the area competition and unfortunately lost there. But this year, I was thankful to make it to state and win there. Unfortunately, Nationals was canceled, but there are some things we cannot control in life. I was thankful that it was canceled soon after the state competition, so I hadn't had any progress changing my speech. So none of that goes to waste. There's many things I've learned from this competition. I've learned a lot of things like public speaking, which allows me to stand in front of you all without stuttering and all that sort of thing. Also, I've learned about U.S. history and the Constitution because I had to frankly write about it. I had to make a 10-minute speech and then 4 other speeches about different parts of the Constitution. I would like to thank the American Legion for putting on this contest for young men and women like me and awarding the scholarship money. I would also like to thank the American Legion for sending me to Boise State this year and giving me the opportunity to vote for Isaac as governor and then 2 days later protest him. I would also like to thank my Post 403 and Van Meter for supporting me along the way and setting up times when I could go and deliver my speech without it being like the last time I could deliver that speech. And I would like to thank my family and my teachers for helping me develop my speech. And once again, thank you all.
Did you get me, Jason?
Gary Palace is our chairman for junior shooting sports. He recently had some surgery and he won't be able to attend. Is any of the junior shooting sports vice chairman here to give a report? If not, we'll move on. Now for the awards based on our consolidated post reports. Again, I'd like to bring Rick Williams, Children and Youth Chairman.
Legionnaires, the Children and Youth Committee have reviewed the CPR submitted by the posts within the Department of Iowa, and there were 12 posts that submitted a narrative along with their CPR. The Children and Youth Committee required a narrative to accompany the CPRs to be eligible for a Children and Youth Department Award. The following are the district winners by category. Will a member of each of the posts come up to the right, and the commander will present you your award. As you'll notice, some districts had no qualifying entry. Category 1, these are for posts with 15 to 99 members. District 1, Williamsburg, post 228. District 3, oh, very good. Thank you. It should be from District 1 for Williamsburg. The next post will be District 3, LaPorte City. Post 207. A representative from LaPorte City, post 207. District 6, Lacona Post 426.
Category 1.
And the District 9 had Quimby Post 398 for Category 1.
We need a 6th district commander to come.
6th District Commander, can you come up here and receive this report? And District 3 Commander, would come up and get theirs? District 9 with the Quimby Post for 398. All right, moving on to Category 2, 100 to 299 members. There was District 2, Bluegrass, Post 711. And the next District 3 will be the Vinton Post, number 57. Category 2, we finish up with District 6, Highland Park Post 374. We have District 3 Commander come up and get, is that right?
Yeah.
District 3 Commander come up and get the Vinton Post Award, please. In Category 3 is from 300 to 499 members. District 6, Ames Post 37. The other district, Category 3 post is District 9, Lamar's Post 241. All right, a short applause for all the district winners. For all the overall winners by category. We'll need someone from the following post or district to come up here and receive their award. Category 1, the Lyle W. Barnes, American Legion Post 398, Quimby. District. Okay. Category 2, from 100 to 229 members, Highland Park, American Legion Post 374, Des Moines. And the Category 3 winner is the Wasmar, American Legion Post 241 in Lamar's. For the final 2 awards, we have the Department Overall Runner-Up for Children and Youth is the Highland Park American Legion Post 374 Des Moines. And the Department Most Outstanding Overall Winner is the Wasmar American Legion Post 241 in Lamar's. with a round of applause for everyone.
Now I'd like to introduce Jennifer Monfort, our Community Service Chairman.
Good morning. Community Service Committee met for its annual meeting on June 22nd at Department Headquarters to judge the Community Service Awards from the Consolidated Post Reports. As you heard, CPR submission was down 2% this year at 62% overall by the June 15th deadline. Community Service Committee is proud to present the following awards. The Hanford Post Trophy with a population of less than 1,000 goes to Dowd's Post 494 from the 1st District. Woo! Becker Chapman Post Trophy with a population of 1,001 to 2,500 goes to Farley Post 656 of the 2nd District. Davenport Post Trophy with a population of 2,501 to 5,000 goes to LaPorte City Post 207 in the 3rd District. Warren Post Trophy with a population of 5,001 to 15,000 goes to Lamar's Post 241 in the 9th District. Frank Lewis Glick Trophy with a population of 15,001 to 50,000 had no entries. The Ames Post Trophy with a population of over 50,001 goes to Ames Post 37 in the 6th District. Jay, why don't you come up and receive that for me, please? The William C. Rathke Award is presented to the district commander with the largest percentage of posts submitting CPRs by the department deadline. The 2021 award goes to the 2nd District at 100%. The God and Country Award this year had no entries. The Educate America Award is presented to Bluegrass Post 711 in the 2nd District. The Public Relations Award goes to Ames Post 37 of the 6th District. Both the Operation Troop Support Award and the Step Up Award had no entries. Service to the Community, State, and Nation Award for the Best Overall Community Service Program goes to Farley Post 656 in the 2nd District. Congratulations to all this year's winners.
And we do have someone to do our junior shooting sport report. Steve Neal, would you come forward, please?
These things make me look smarter.
It ain't gonna help.
I didn't say they were. Ladies and gentlemen, the American Legion Department of Iowa Shooting Sports State Championship match is scheduled for Saturday, March the 20th, 2021 in Building S60 at Camp Dodge, which is just inside the main gate.
I gave you the wrong one. Sorry.
Never mind.
I gave him the wrong report.
I apologize, I don't have his new one on here. I thought I did.
Well, it's
Maybe
gonna be,
Ryan's got it.
it's gonna be in March, about the same.
Savior.
Okay.
Okay, the last tournament was held the 20th of March, 2021. The top 3 winners were Aiden Wells of post 374. He was first place. Second place, Cecilia Zaragoza of post 374. And third place was Thaw Da of post 374. And I believe all those kids are going to the national tournament. So, thank you.
Mr. Commander, that concludes our Americanism Commission reports.
Finance Commission report, Ken Ruckholz.
They want me to read that all these 15 pages.
14 and a half.
That's okay. Finance Committee met about 3 weeks ago. What a budget to try to figure out with COVID. There was a lot of ups and downs, but we made it through. Finance report, our Department Finance Officer, Ken Danielson, will give you a report.
Morning. Mr. Commander, convention delegates, and guests, this is the report to the Department Finance Officer. As we all know, this past year, due to COVID, has been a challenge to say the least. This applies to all levels of the American Legion, starting at the post level, onto the department and national organization. Financially, we have faced with challenges ranging from membership connectivity and fundraising. Most expenses were not reduced at the same level as revenue. Cuts had to be made, as well as changes in how we conducted our business. I know many posts have suffered with reduced income from local fundraising, such as meals, bingo, and other things. Your department is no exception. Our day-to-day business needed to continue. Our monthly expenses had to be paid, and payroll needed to be met. I want to congratulate John, our department adjutant, and all our dedicated staff at headquarters and service office in this effort. On the positive side, I believe we learned new ways of doing things, such as Zoom meetings and teleconferences. But we are all still a people organization, and being able to communicate face-to-face is still the best way in many situations. And looking at your department's financial condition, we continue to be on a solid basis. But one doesn't have to be a fortune teller to recognize future financial challenges with stagnant membership and fundraising numbers. If we want to be a vibrant organization and meet our commitment to our fellow veterans, our youth, and communities, we must not only increase membership, but strengthen our current fundraising programs and find new ways to generate revenue. I ask each of you to do these two important things: find and sign up new members and strongly support your department fundraising programs. In the near future, we will be looking at a renewed look at our fundraising programs, and I ask each of you to let us know of what you like or may not like about these various programs, and please offer any suggestions for improvement. I don't want to take any more of your time today, but as always, should you have any questions or concerns regarding the department's financial condition, please contact me or Adjutant John. Mr. Commander, this concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Marketing Committee report will be given by Jim Peterson, Chairman.
Good morning. It's nice to see so many here. And I'm hoping that we get a lot of rain where we need it in this state. The Marketing Committee report. A joint meeting of the Iowa American Legion Press Association and the Marketing Committee was held at department headquarters to discuss the merging of the two entities into one commission. The two subcommittees, it was decided to join the two into one and would be named Marketing Commission. The two subcommittees or committees' names would be the Promotion/Revenue Enhancement and Media/Communications. Structure of the commission would be a chairman and a vice chairman to head the commission, then two subcommittees, and the two subcommittees or committees would consist of a chairman and two vice chairmen. 3 ex officio members would be appointed also. This will be brought before the June DEC meeting. Chairman and vice chairman would be appointed for 1-year terms. The two committees or subcommittees members would serve 3-year staggered terms. There will need to be a change in the department operating structure. A resolution is being drawn up to be presented to the DEC on this matter. Currently, the Marketing Commission members are authorized mileage only to the fall and spring meetings and other additional meetings. The Iowa American Legion and Press Association operate at no expense to the department. Our proposal, and this is only a proposal, chairman is authorized 3 days at state convention, 2 days at midwinter, and committee members 1 day at state convention and 1 day at midwinter. Fall and spring meetings to be in line with the Finance Commission. Media Communications Committee duties will need to be developed, but some of the ideas are that they would pay dues to the TALMA, which is the National Media Association, but no department dues. They would coordinate with TALMA on when training sessions are and get the dates to the Iowa Legionnaire and the electronic newsletter. Any Legion family member can participate in the online training. Find more ways to recognize posts and individuals in the areas of communication by way of a media contest. Help publicize other opportunities to post, such as Legion scholarships, fundraising ideas, and to be a resource for ideas to district officers and posts. Promotion and Revenue Enhancement Committee would work on public relations, outreach, and marketing. Establish their guidelines and objectives of their committee. help on recruiting and retention. Go out and market the Iowa American Legion. Seek donations and corporate sponsorships. Work on grant writing and training for a grant writer. This is what we had discussed at Midwinter and what our committees and Adjutant John came to agreement with at our joint meeting. I'm currently working with a Legion member and getting him set up with brochures that he contacted me about. He's trying to set up some events in his district where he can meet the public and tell the Iowa American Legion story. He saw the article in the June Legionnaire and reached out for our help. It's good to see that somebody reached the Iowa Legionnaire and saw that picture and the story about our event that we had in Fort Dodge. Many events are going on at the National American Legion Marketing Commission. Their first 8 fundraising campaigns have netted over $3.05 million. That is $500,000 more than what they had estimated on their budget. I want to thank Commander Kessler for allowing me to serve as a marketing committee chairman. This concludes my report. Any questions? Thank you.
That concludes the Finance Commission report. Thank you.
At this time, I call on Scott Moline to come forward for a report on the Convention Commission.
Morning, everybody. Morning. Commander, delegates. Yesterday morning, the Convention Commission met in Room B at 9 o'clock, and we were going to review 2 things. One was the submissions of bids for the 2023 Department Convention bid list, and John did his usual stellar job of explaining what the requirements are, which are extremely important, as you all know. But we concentrated basically on the 2 that fully met the requirements, one being the Des Moines Holiday Inn Airport here, and the other the Coralville Marriott. We had a Miss Hancock from the Coralville Marriott, Heather Hancock, come and deliver her message and provided us with the most scrumptious cupcakes that you've ever seen in your whole life. We're talking a caloric enemy to your stomach. And did a very, very nice job. And then we had a longtime associate here go ahead and present the information on the Holiday Inn at Fleur. And we all got a red, white, and blue cellophane wrapped jug of water, which was fine, but it was also filled with candy bars. So it was not a good morning as far as the calorie went. But we'll further discuss that. The second thing that we also discussed was the competition, Department Convention Color Guard competition and rules. We've only had one submit for this year. That'll be determined later on in the program. However, we would encourage any post to sponsor a color guard team for competition. This is extremely important to all of us, especially the young ones and any children that are watching that. And I think if we would have additional people put forth a team and compete, that would be something that would be very, very positive. I'd like to thank the commander for the position And I'd like to wish all of you a very, very successful conference. Thank you. Cop to cop, excuse me.
At this time, I'll entertain a motion to receive and file all reports.
They need to go to a microphone.
You need to go to a microphone, state your name and post, please, and district.
Mike Edsel, Marion, Post 298. Oh, boy, that one helped. There we go, if you couldn't hear me. Mike Edsel, Marion, Post 298. So move on the motion.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Please come to the microphone.
Roger Norfolk, second district, I second it.
We have a motion and a second to approve the reports of the commissions and committees. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carried. I call on Department Adjutant John Durner for announcements.
As we mentioned last night, but for those that were not in the session last night, the color guard competition has been canceled because we only had the one entry. But we will still be having that color guard exhibition, as Chairman Moline mentioned, and that will be at 5 p.m. in Iowa A. So the Durant Post 430 will be doing an exhibition of color guard maneuvers, and they have assured me that they added some new things to their routine, so I'm really looking forward to see what they do. And I encourage you to go to that, because I know we have a lot of posts out here that have color guards. And there's no reason that out of 580 posts in the Department of Iowa, we only have one entering our color guard competition. So I encourage you to go and watch that, see what's required of that competition, and hopefully we'll have some additional participants next year. Also, another reminder that we gave you last night, and that is the Walk for Veterans, which is going to be on Veterans Day at the Iowa State Fair, which is Monday, August 16th. We will once again be walking in our yellow shirts. If the registration for that is free, so if you have the yellow shirt from previous years, you can wear that, but you still need to register, so we make sure we get you a wristband that gets you into the State Fair for free that day. If you do not have one of the yellow shirts, stop by our registration booth and they can sell you one. We have a bunch of totes out there of those. Those are $10 each, and you can pick up the registration forms there as well and turn them in there as well. Also, another reminder of National Convention. National Convention registration ends on Thursday, July 15th. So if you are going to National Convention, you make your room reservations through the Department of Iowa, and we can still get you registered for that as long as we have those registrations by the 15th. Also, district commanders. We will have your pre-caucus folders ready probably at the end of the lunch hour. We still have to proofread some of those convention committee reports before we place those in your folders. Also, if you have not picked up your arrival folder, those are up there too yet if you haven't grabbed those yet. So make sure that your district commander or someone from your district picks up those folders prior to caucus, because it has those convention committee reports for your consideration. That's all I have, Commander.
Thank you, John. Just a reminder that Auxiliary is celebrating their 100th anniversary tonight. There is a gala, and I think it's probably too late to get that. But for $10, you can come in and enjoy the entertainment. The Iowa Veterans Band will be playing. I think it's Rick and Friends will be playing. So for $10, you can come in, I don't know, probably 8 o'clock, somewhere in there, and listen to the 7 o'clock. Listen to the Veterans Band and Rick and Friends. So let's help the Auxiliary celebrate their 100th anniversary as an organization. Please join me in rendering honor to the flag of our country. And salute. 2. The 102nd Convention of the American Legion Department of Iowa stands in recess.